Hi, I'm Ivor. Hope you're well. I'm posting this because I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about setbacks since I contracted a UTI not long after posting my first video. So I said I was going to focus on a 6-month challenge to get well, not to get well, to get as healthy and fit as possible when I turn 50. And this has been a rather frustrating past week. To be fair, I wasn't planned. Obviously, there's not much I can do about it, but it's making sure it doesn't impact me mentally, and it's making sure that I just carry on with my antibiotics and get better. So this video, I will talk about current situation and also setbacks in general, whether they're physical or mental or health or whatever they happen to be. Well, I was lying in bed just over a week ago, 5-6 days ago. Couldn't get warm, I was freezing. Everything was cold. It was bizarre. So managed to get to sleep, and then a couple of hours later I had to get up to go for a pee. And I was coated in sweat. I was roasting, which was a bit different from a couple of hours before. So I got up and managed to fall into the wall out of bed. And then one of my wife's hair straighteners or some shit fell on top of me. And so I'm lying in the corner, like within reach of the bed, try to use the bed to haul myself back up and try to put this thing back on. My wife is try and make sure I'm okay because she'd heard me, this clatter, as I fell into the wall. I'm trying to reassure her I'm okay, but at night I wear mouth tape. So I'm like a hostage. I'm okay. Try to tell her I'm okay. It wasn't the best situation when I'm clearly not okay. I managed to fall maybe 2 more times after I was going to the bathroom. The whole time bloody busting for a pee. And then, of course, you go to the toilet and you can hardly do a pee because it turns out I had a UTI. That night, I was up 5 or 6 more times, I suppose, every hour or something. So next day, went to the doctor, got antibiotics. That's the current situation. They started kicking in and making a difference after a couple of days, but I'm still not 100%. And this is the first day when I felt like I could get back on track. In general, recovery as you get older, as you'll know, if you're in your 40s or older, takes longer. The number one rule I always say people is don't get injured. And for me, it's don't get injured any more than I already am. I'm carrying quite a lot of injuries from American football, but generally, I'm very lucky. I've only had one operation, a double hernia op. Bust my ankle, both of them, and my shoulders, and my hips, and my back, and my hamstrings, and my knee isn't perfect, tendinitis. But what you going to do? As I said in my previous video, if you get to 49 years old and you're in tip-top shape, then you're a better man than me, that's for sure. So try not to get injured. That's the main thing I would suggest, because it does take longer to recover. Physically, for sure. Mentally, the frustration is real and has been real. I was wanting to post these videos on a weekly basis, and I'll continue to do so. However, this wasn't part of the plan, but it ties in pretty well. Getting injured does happen. Getting ill does happen. Now, was it because I wasn't doing things right? Well, that's quite possibly the case. Have I not been drinking enough water? Have I not been resting well enough? Probably the first one, for sure. it's made me reevaluate how much water intake I have on a daily basis, because I'm not drinking enough, and I've got to make sure that I increase my water intake on a daily basis. So, long-term view, what I need to do is just celebrate the small wins. Again, I refer back to long COVID. I don't know if I mentioned, I wrote a book regarding my recovery from long COVID. So one of the big things that I was told was celebrate the small wins. You can't do much when you've got long COVID, the chronic fatigue, which still impacts millions throughout the world. Shit is real. I had to use a shower stool to sit down in the shower. And going for a shower, for instance, is a good example. It would take 2 or 3 hours, because I'd have to rest beforehand. I'd have to come out and sit on the bathroom floor afterwards. And then I'd have to go for a rest after I get dressed. You normally go for a quick shower before you go and do something else. Going for a shower was the event. That was what I was having to do. But I would have to learn to celebrate that I actually managed to go for a shower. I actually remember to rest and pace properly. So as frustrating as that normal was, that was the normal that I was dealing with. It wasn't ideal, but I just had to chip away and do things. So my current situation is drink more water, take antibiotics, and slowly and try and rest as much as possible. And I'm getting back on track. I'm definitely miles better than I was that first couple of days, when the next day after I fell out of bed. So I am moving in the right direction. Long-term view is to get back on track, and I delayed my physio catch-up that I had booked in, kept in touch with her, so she knew the situation, that I wasn't able to do the activation and prehab exercises that she'd given me. So I'll get back on track with them soon. But, setbacks happen. It's part of life. Things get in the way. It's just making sure that you try and become consistent again as quickly as possible. So I hope this has been, it's honest. This is the situation. Maybe it resonates with you. If it does, then feel free to follow along, subscribe to the channel. And if you've had setbacks and you deal with them in a particular way, you put things in place, whether that's to protect your mental health or just to make sure that you're relatively consistent with small wins, then please comment below. I hope you're all well. Take care, and I will post again next week. All the best.